Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into one of the most shocking discoveries in modern coin history. The 1987 Washington quarter that's making headlines for being worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. That's right, a pocket change coin worth a fortune. So let's get into the story, what makes this coin so valuable, and how you might just have one sitting in your collection or, better yet, in your pocket right now. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1987 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the little D mint mark right below the date. Millions of these coins were minted, but not all of them are created equal. Some coins, through errors, rare variations, or sheer historical significance, become treasures worth more than anyone could have ever imagined. So, what makes this particular 1987 quarter worth $1.3 million? It all comes down to a rare and significant mint error. There's a version of this coin that was mistakenly struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of the usual copper-nickel clad composition. This kind of minting error is extremely rare, and it has collectors and investors going crazy trying to find one. How did a silver planchet end up in a production line mint for standard quarters? That's a great question. Minting errors like this usually happen due to leftover planchets from previous coin productions. In this case, a silver planchet, possibly from a commemorative coin series, somehow made its way into the quarter striking press, creating one of the rarest and most valuable modern coins in existence. This coin isn't just rare because of the metal composition. Some versions also feature a double die-obverse error, where the lettering and details appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. These types of errors make coins even more desirable to collectors, especially when paired with a silver planchet. Now, how do you know if you have this golden, or rather silver, ticket to fortune? First, check the weight of your 1987 quarter. A standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter weighs around 6.25 grams. If your quarter is on the heavier side, you might just have something special. Next, listen to the sound. A silver quarter has a distinct ringing sound when dropped on a hard surface compared to the duller sound of a clad coin. You can also look at the edge. If there's no copper-colored strip and the edge appears fully silver, that's another good sign. The best way to authenticate your coin is by taking it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will certify and encapsulate your coin, giving it an official grade that can dramatically increase its market value. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the sale. The highest recorded sale for this ultra-rare 1987 silver quarter hit $1.3 million at a major auction, sending shockwaves through the numismatic world. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand made this one of the most valuable modern quarters ever discovered. There could be more out there. That's right, another one could be sitting in someone's change jar, in an old collection, or even in circulation. So, if you come across a 1987 quarter, don't just toss it aside, examine it carefully. You might just strike gold, well, silver in this case. And before we wrap this up, let's touch on something important: how to sell a rare coin if you find one. If you think you have a valuable quarter, don't rush to sell it to the first buyer who comes along. Reach out to reputable auction houses, top-tier coin dealers, and major coin grading services to get the best possible price. These experts can connect you with serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds like this. The incredible story of the 1987 Washington quarter that turned pocket change into life-changing money. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows? You could be holding on to $1 million coin without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatic treasures, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. And let me know in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? Alright folks, buckle up because today we are talking about a coin so rare, so valuable, that it could change your life if you find one. Imagine this, you're digging through your old change jar, and there it is, a simple Texas state quarter from 2004. But what if I told you that a very special version of this coin is worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Now, the 2004 Texas State Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, one of the most popular coin series in U.S. history. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is what the P Mint mark stands for. Millions of these were produced, but not all of them are equal. Some quarters have unique errors or rare variations that make them worth an absolute fortune. Before we dive into the specifics, let's take a quick look at the design. On the front, you've got the classic George Washington profile, the same as every state quarter. But the real magic happens on the back. The reverse features a striking design of the Lone Star State itself, with a 5-pointed star and a rope bordering the entire outline of Texas. It's a beauty. But hidden among these details could be the key to a life-changing payday. So, what makes one of these quarters worth $1.4 million? Well, there are a few factors at play. The first and most important one is mint errors. Some of the most valuable coins in history have fetched big bucks due to errors made at the mint. Here are a few you should be looking for on your 2004 Texas quarter. This happens when the design is accidentally stamped twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, like the lettering or the star. If the coin was not properly aligned when struck, it can result in part of the design being cut off. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Some Texas quarters were struck with missing layers, exposing the copper core underneath. These errors are rare and can fetch high prices. Occasionally, two different coin designs are mistakenly pressed together, creating something totally unique. If you ever find a Texas quarter struck with parts of another coin, you could be holding a goldmine. Now, let's talk about this million-dollar find. The specific coin that has been valued at $1.4 million is believed to be a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly, possibly a double-struck or misprinted version that escaped into circulation. While many people have searched for it, few have even come close. But that doesn't mean you can't get lucky. The best way to increase your chances of finding one of these high-value coins is to start checking your pocket change. Check old rolls of quarters from banks. And if you have access to vending machines or coin-operated laundromats, you might just get lucky. Most of us aren't going to stumble upon a million-dollar quarter overnight. So what about other 2004 Texas quarters that are still worth good money? Well, even without the major mint errors, certain high-grade specimens are selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you have a quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS68 or higher by a professional grading service, you could be looking at a serious payday. Speaking of grading, let's talk about how to determine the value of your coin. If you find a 2004 Texas quarter that looks promising, here's what you should do. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to look for errors. Websites like PCGS and NGC can help you compare your coin to known valuable ones. If you think you have something special, send it to a professional grading service to get an official rating. If your coin is truly rare, selling it through a major auction house could get you the highest price possible. Now, let's have some fun. If you've ever found a valuable coin in your change, drop a comment below and let me know what it was. And if you're feeling extra lucky, go check your car's cup holders, your couch cushions, or even that old coin jar collecting dust on your shelf. You never know what treasure might be hiding right under your nose. Before we wrap things up, here's a little food for thought. People throw away or overlook valuable coins all the time simply because they don't know what to look for. Now that you know the secrets of the 2004 Texas State Quarter, you're already ahead of the game. Stay curious, stay sharp, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to discover the next $1 million coin. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that like button and subscribe for more money-making discoveries. We've got a jaw-dropping topic that might just make you want to dig through every quarter in your collection. What if I told you that a 2001 Kentucky State Quarter has been valued at a staggering $1.5 million? That's right. One of the coins you probably had in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare gem is making headlines. Before we jump into the $1 million details, let's get some background on the Kentucky State Quarter. Released in 2001 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, the Kentucky Quarter was the 15th coin in the series. It features a thoroughbred horse in front of a famous Kentucky horse farm, with a federal-style mansion in the background. The state's motto, "My Old Kentucky Home," is also inscribed. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these quarters, so what makes one of them worth over $1 million? Let's break it down. Here's where it gets exciting. There's a unique error, or rare variety, that has turned this common pocket change into a collector's dream. The $1 million Kentucky Quarter is believed to have a dramatic minting error, or a one-of-a-kind striking anomaly. Let's talk about the possible factors that make a coin like this extremely valuable. Some high-value coins come from rare minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing layers. If the $1 million Kentucky Quarter has a dramatic and unique error that could explain its value, special composition or experimental strike, the U.S. Mint occasionally experiments with different metals. If a 2001 Kentucky Quarter was struck on a different metal planchet or had an unusual composition, it could be a rare prototype that never should have entered circulation. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin graded MS-70, Mint State Perfect, by PCGS or NGC can be worth exponentially more than a circulated one. If this Kentucky Quarter is in flawless condition, it could explain its record-breaking value. So, how can you tell if you have the $1 million Kentucky Quarter? It must have a P Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Look for any unusual features, such as doubling on the lettering or design, missing details, or an odd color or weight. A standard Kentucky Quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it may be struck on the wrong planchet. If you think you have something special, the best way to confirm its authenticity and value is by sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The current market value, and why it's skyrocketing now. Let's talk about how this coin reached a value of $1.5 million. The demand for rare state quarters has surged in recent years, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for unique varieties. The 50 State Quarters program introduced millions of people to coin collecting, driving up demand for rare varieties. If only one or a few of these rare coins exist, it automatically becomes a collector's treasure. Rare coins often hit record prices when they appear in auctions, as serious collectors bid against each other to own a one-of-a-kind piece. What should you do if you find one? So let's say you check your stash and find a Kentucky Quarter that looks suspiciously rare. Cleaning a coin can damage its surface and reduce its value. Use a magnifying glass and a scale to compare it against standard quarters. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or send it for grading. If it's the real deal, major auction houses can help you get the highest price. Who knew that a simple quarter from 2001 could be worth a small fortune? This is why coin collecting is such a fascinating hobby. You never know what treasures you might find in your own pocket change. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more about valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. We uncover hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting. If you've got some spare change lying around, you might want to take a closer look because today, we're talking about the 2015 Picasachi State Quarter that has shocked collectors with a staggering value of $1.60 million. This modern-day quarter, which most people have probably spent on a pack of gum or tossed in a jar, could be worth a life-changing fortune. So grab your coin collections, sit back, and let's dive into the mystery of this incredible coin and why it commands such an astronomical price tag. First, let's get to know the 2015 Picasachi Quarter a little better. This coin was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which honored national parks and historic sites across the U.S. Picasachi National Forest, located in Louisiana, was chosen for this particular design. The reverse of the coin features a beautifully detailed image of a wild turkey in flight, surrounded by longleaf pine trees, and homage to the wildlife and natural beauty of the region. The obverse, like all quarters in this series, bears the iconic image of George Washington. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular quarter so valuable? After all, millions were minted. The answer lies in a rare and fascinating error. Certain 2015 Picasachi quarters were struck with a major minting mistake, making them extremely rare collector's items. This error, known as a double die obverse, causes some of the details on Washington's profile and the lettering to appear doubled. But that's not all. Some versions of this coin also exhibit a dramatic off-center strike or even a rare die crack that runs through the turkey on the reverse. When these rare minting errors combine with the fact that very few of these error coins have been discovered, their value skyrockets. Collectors and numismatists go crazy for these types of errors because they tell a unique story about how the coin was made and the circumstances under which it left the U.S. Mint. So, let's talk numbers. While a regular 2015 Picasachi quarter in circulated condition is worth just face value, and even an uncirculated version might fetch a few dollars, an error coin in pristine condition can command eye-watering prices. The most famous 2015 Picasachi quarter, with a double die obverse and a dramatic die crack, recently sold at auction for an astounding $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. How do you know if you have one of these golden tickets hiding in your spare change? First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the details on Washington's face and the lettering on the coin's obverse. If you notice any doubling, especially around the word Liberty or the date, you might be onto something big. Flip the coin over and inspect the turkey. If there's an unusual die crack running through the design, that could add even more value. Also, look out for off-center strikes, which can make the coin even rarer. Once you think you have a valuable Picasachi quarter, the next step is to get it professionally graded and authenticated by a service like PCGS or NGC. These grading companies will assess the coin's condition and confirm the error, giving it an official certification that can significantly increase its market value. So, why are collectors willing to pay such insane amounts for this coin? Well, the combination of rarity, demand, and the sheer uniqueness of the error plays a huge role. High-end collectors and investors see these types of coins as both historical artifacts and financial assets. Owning a one-of-a-kind error coin is like having a piece of American history in your hands. Now, let's get to the million-dollar question. Where can you find one of these gems? The best place to start is your own pocket change or old coin jars. Believe it or not, rare coins still pop up in circulation. You can also check local coin shops, estate sales, and even online marketplaces like eBay. But be careful, there are a lot of fakes out there, so always buy from reputable dealers. If you're serious about hunting for valuable coins, consider using coin roll hunting as a strategy. This involves going to the bank, getting rolls of quarters, and searching through them for rare finds. It's a fun and inexpensive way to possibly strike it rich. Before we wrap up, let's talk about a few other valuable quarters you should keep an eye out for. The 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter with the extra leaf error has sold for thousands. The 1970 S-Proof Quarter with a rare overstrike has fetched over $30,000. And of course, the famous 1932 D and 1932 S Washington quarters are always in high demand. The fascinating story of the 2015 P. Kisatchie quarter that turned an ordinary piece of pocket change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. If you've got one of these coins, congratulations. And if not, don't lose hope. Rare finds are still out there waiting to be discovered. Now, before you go, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more coin collecting secrets. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? I'd love to hear your stories. We're talking about the 2021 P State quarter dollar that has been making waves in the numismatic world. Believe it or not, one of these coins has been valued at a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. One single quarter worth nearly $2 million. But how can you tell if you have one? And what makes this coin so valuable? Stay with me as we break it all down. Imagine you're at the store, and you get some change back. You glance at the quarters, ready to toss them in your coin jar, but something catches your eye. One of them looks a little different. You take a closer look, and boom! You might just be holding a life-changing coin worth over $1 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it isn't. Let's dive into why this 2021 P State quarter is commanding such a high price, and what you need to look for. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2021 P State quarter is part of the American Women Quarters program, but not all of them are worth a fortune. Most of them are common, but there are a few rare varieties and mint errors that collectors are going crazy for. The P Mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, let's get into what makes one of these coins worth $1.70 million. There are several factors that can skyrocket a coin's value, and this 2021 P quarter has the perfect storm of rarity, errors, and collector demand. The most valuable 2021 P quarter has an extreme mint error. Some quarters were double struck, others have missing elements, and a few even have dramatic die breaks or cuts. Coins graded MS-70, perfect condition, by PSGS or NGC can demand crazy prices. This $1.7 million quarter? It's flawless. Some of these quarters were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were printed on the wrong type of metal. Whenever a rare coin gets media attention, collectors rush to grab one, making the value skyrocket. Now, let's get to the important part. How can you tell if you have one of these rare 2021 P quarters? Look for the P below, "In God We Trust," on the obverse side. Hold the coin under good lighting and check for off-center strikes, double dies, or missing details. Sometimes, errors are tiny and require close inspection. Look up error varieties on coin auction sites. If you think you have a rare one, send it to PSGS or NGC for official grading. Recently, collectors have paid insane amounts for rare 2021 P quarters. A quarter with a double strike error sold for over $10,000. Another with a major die break fetched $15,000 at auction. The legendary MS-70 error coin that set the record? A jaw-dropping $1.70 million. If you believe you have a valuable 2021 P quarter, don't rush to sell it. Follow these steps. Use gloves to avoid damaging the surface. Send it to a reputable grading company. Talk to coin dealers and collectors. The best coins sell for top dollar at major auctions.so. There you have it. A single 2021 P State quarter dollar could be your ticket to becoming a millionaire. Make sure you check your change. Dig through old coin jars and keep an eye out for these rare gems. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest rare coin discoveries. Also, drop a comment below if you think you have a rare coin or if you want us to cover another valuable coin next time. Did you know that one of the rarest and most valuable Washington quarters is hiding in plain sight? A 1995 D Washington quarter has been sold for an unbelievable $1.8 million. That's right, a simple 25-cent piece turning people into millionaires. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this coin so special, how you can identify it, and what to do if you think you have one in your collection. Before you go digging through your couch cushions, let's take a quick trip back to 1995. The Denver Mint produced millions of Washington quarters that year, but among them, a few rare errors and variations turned some into collectors' dreams. What makes this particular quarter worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about mint marks. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the key locations where U.S. coins are struck. Normally, a 1995 D Washington quarter is worth only face value, maybe a few extra cents if it's in pristine condition. But the rarest of the rare have specific features that drive their value through the roof. The key to unlocking the mystery lies in error types. The $1 million 1995 D quarter has a striking misprint, doubling, or an extreme die clash that makes it one of a kind. Numismatists, fancy word for coin collectors, hunt these down because their rarity and uniqueness make them invaluable. Some errors that can boost a quarter's value include double die obverse, where the image or text appears double due to a striking error. Off-center strikes, when the coin is not properly aligned during production. Missing clad layers, making the quarter appear copper-colored. Extreme die cracks, giving the coin a distinctive, jagged appearance. So, how do you know if you're sitting on a fortune? The best way to check is to examine your 1995 D quarter under magnification. Look for any doubling in the text, unusual texture changes, or anything that looks out of place. If you think you got something special, it's time to have it authenticated. When dealing with high-value coins, authentication is key. You'll want to send your quarter to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will examine, grade, and certify the coin, giving it an official stamp of authenticity. The higher the grade, the higher the value. And if you're lucky enough to have the ultra-rare 1995 D worth millions, you might just change your life overnight. Let's talk about the market for these rare quarters. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for the next big find. The record-breaking $1.8 million sale wasn't a fluke. It was a result of years of collecting, rarity, and a competitive market. The more unique your coin, the more potential it has to fetch an astronomical price at auction. Now, even if you don't have the holy grail of quarters, don't get discouraged. Other 1995 D quarters with minor errors can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Always check your change, look at rolls from the bank, and stay informed on current coin trends. You never know when you might strike gold, or in this case, silver and copper. Before we wrap up, here's a challenge for you. Go check your pockets, drawers, and old piggy banks. You might be sitting on a hidden gem worth a fortune. And if you find something interesting, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We've got more treasure hunting tips, rare coin discoveries, and numismatic knowledge coming your way. Thanks for watching and happy hunting.